told your friend you're not okay.
Hey top K-pop lovers, brace yourselves, because what happened on February 12, 2026, wasn't just news, but a moment that made the world pause. One name once again took over the global conversation, Jungkook. Not because of a new song, not because of a grand stage, but because he officially stepped into a world that has long been synonymous with absolute luxury and extreme precision. A world inhabited by only a few names, haute horology. At an exclusive event in Seoul, the maestro of the Swiss watch industry, Hublot, announced something that immediately shook the global industry, the appointment of Jungkook as their newest global brand ambassador. And from that moment on, two great realms, music and haute horology, merged in a rare meeting point, the vision of originality. The event wasn't just a ceremony, but a symbol of the meeting of two forces that have each shaped their respective eras. Hublot representatives called Jungkook a global artist and pop icon of the 21st century, a recognition that not only praised but also emphasized that Jungkook's influence has transcended cultural, generational, and even industrial boundaries. They described this collaboration as the meeting of two worlds ready to redefine authenticity, and when you look at their journeys, that claim feels entirely true. Since its founding in 1980, Hublot has been known as a brand that dared to challenge the established order. While many brands remained stuck in old traditions, they combined gold with rubber, a decision once considered crazy, but which ultimately changed the course of the industry. That philosophy, the art of fusion, continued to evolve until it culminated in their revolutionary 2005 collection. 2 decades later, that innovative spirit still permeates Hublot. And on the other side stands Jungkook, a figure whose evolution has never stopped. Since his debut with BTS in 2013, he has continually expanded his musical spectrum, moving between genres without losing his signature style. From teenage prodigy to global superstar, every step of his career has been a process of self-refinement, a long journey to discover the artistic color that now defines him. This harmony allows Hublot to see itself in Jungkook. Both men dare to push boundaries, defy expectations, and redefine standards. A Hublot representative described the collaboration as an inevitable fusion, two entities maintaining their unique DNA yet moving toward a unified vision. For Jungkook himself, this wasn't a collaboration that came about suddenly. He recalled performing Dreamer at the 2022 FIFA World Cup, a massive stage where Hublot served as the official timekeeper. It was at that moment that he felt how music and time could become one. Now, several years later, the circle has closed again, as if fate had been preparing this all along. Jungkook said he has always admired Hublot's confidence, craftsmanship, and independent spirit, values he also applies to his artistic journey. Hublot CEO Julian Tabina praised Jungkook as one of the most influential artists of his generation, emphasizing that his precision, passion, and creative drive perfectly align with the company's spirit. Hublot creates, refines, and reinvents. Jungkook operates by the same principles. The Hublot representative described their flagship watch as a piece built layer by layer, just like how Jungkook develops himself, project by project, song by song. Each piece opens new doors, expanding the artistic boundaries he previously created for himself. Therefore, for Jungkook, the watch is more than just an accessory, it's another medium for expressing his creativity. Behind this collaboration lies a profound meaning. It's more than just a commercial partnership. It's the union of two philosophies, both born from the courage to be different. Hublot and Jungkook emphasize that innovation isn't just a strategy, but an identity. When time meets music, precision merges with emotion, creating something beyond mere collaboration, a moment that feels destined to become part of history. In this fast-paced era, Jungkook and Hublot have chosen to define time on their own terms. And for many, this seems like the beginning of a new chapter for Jungkook in the world of global luxury. More than a status symbol, this collaboration marks his transformation into a figure who bridges industries, cultures, and generations. Following Hublot's major announcement and the wave of news that followed, the world began to realize that Jungkook's foray into haute horology wasn't just a collaboration, but a signal that he was forging a much broader global identity. After the exclusive event in Seoul concluded, fashion and luxury industry observers began to speculate, was this just the beginning of a series of strategic moves by Jungkook in the world of high-end branding? Many believed that his presence as the face of Hublot would pave the way for other cross-industry collaborations, as Jungkook was no longer just a representative of modern music, but a symbol of aesthetics, discipline, and a nearly unmatched global appeal. Within 24 hours of the announcement, articles about Jungkook and Hublot flooded international news portals. Branding analysts dubbed the phenomenon the Jungkook effect, a term describing how a single, small gesture from Jungkook could change the course of global conversation. Every photo from the event, the way he wore the Big Bang original Uniqlo, the way he stood with serene elegance, and even his focused gaze, was the subject of millions of discussions. What made this moment even more intriguing was how experts recognized that Jungkook and Hublot's values align not only conceptually, but also personally. Jungkook is a believer in the long term, just as Hublot has consistently refined its craftsmanship, producing the in-house Uniqlo movement that the brand now prides itself on. The meticulous production of the watch mirrors Jungkook's meticulous pursuit of both musical quality and performance. Following the event, several industry sources reported that Hublot's creative team planned to expand the collaboration into a more artistic project, a combination of visuals, music, and the concept of time that would showcase a new side of Jungkook as a creator. While there has been no official confirmation, global anticipation is already building. Many believe Jungkook could be involved in a major international campaign that would solidify Hublot's position as an innovation leader and introduce Jungkook to a previously unseen artistic dimension. It wasn't just the luxury industry that reacted. ARMY communities around the world flooded social media platforms with pride and admiration. They recalled the days when Jungkook was just a young trainee in a small practice room in Seoul, and now, he stands as the face of a Swiss company revered worldwide. The journey felt like a dramatic story written by time itself. In countries like Paris and Tokyo, fans and premium watch enthusiasts are talking about the same thing. When someone like Jungkook enters the luxury world, he not only brings Korean cultural influence, but also opens a new chapter in how the younger generation views luxury, innovation, and personal value within global brands. And here's the most exciting part. This collaboration, which seemed like the pinnacle, actually feels like the beginning of a new phase in Jungkook's career. Hublot may have been the first door, but it's no secret that more doors are waiting to be opened. With his reputation as a global icon whose creativity knows no bounds, the world senses that Jungkook is laying the foundation for something much bigger than a mere brand ambassadorship. Now, as the world's attention remains on the announcement, one thing has become increasingly clear: Jungkook is no longer just a musical icon. He is expanding his influence to become a global cultural symbol that connects aesthetics, technology, and human creativity. And for top K-pop fans, this is just the next chapter in a long and growing story. Jungkook's era as the face of global luxury has just begun, and the world is still waiting for the next surprise.